So the conference aims to showcase good successes, good stories also of failures, and how we can increase and encourage more partnerships and investments into the agriculture and agribusiness and rural development of Africa. We see more and more international partners, we see more international companies, big project developers, but also farm organizations and cooperative representatives and the development community that come and get more involved and more interested to see what are the opportunities in Africa on the ground, the opportunities in the agribusiness along the value chain, how they can invest, how they can partner, and of course where is the profit and the benefit, so that the situations are really win-win situations. I mean, we started with 200 people, we are now at 400-500 people, and these are really representatives from around the world, and it's a big spectrum of all those that should be interested and involved in the development of agriculture and agribusiness in Africa. These are the development community, the businesses, the larger, like you see here, the Heineken, the LR group, but also the small companies, the technology companies, the consultants like TechnoServe we just heard earlier. So all these people come more and more. Why? Because there are opportunities. Why? Because you can benefit. The local can benefit, the local businessmen, the local cooperatives, the ministries, the administrations, the governments, but also the big companies. Agriculture is a tricky thing, and we've discussing it since we've started and since always. Now, it often depends on nature and on, as I call it, God's will. If He wants that there is rain, there is rain. So then the agriculture and the produce is good. If there is no rain, well, you pray and dance. But then what do you do? So we need to adapt. I think that this is why people were afraid of investing, of paying, because they spent a lot of money. This is why the banks were reticent a little bit, but it is improving. Why? Because technology is improving also, because more people are coming, because people are better educated. So it is so much easier to discuss with someone with a similar level of education. You speak the same language, and not someone that unfortunately doesn't understand you because he doesn't know even English. So I think that this is why today, and this is why we are very optimistic, I must say. We see more investors, we see more partners, we see more interest. People that told us 10 years ago, Africa, where is it? And we don't want to hear about agriculture and agribusiness. Well, they're changing their mind. I think that you need to turn into technology. You cannot depend on what happens in the world that you don't have any access to, you don't have any control over. So you need to do something that you obviously need to use technology to prevent, to inform people that there is tsunami, in a week's time. This will be wonderful. But if there's no rain, what do you do? And you have your lakes are full of water. So you need to use technology. You need to use intelligent irrigation. You need to use your fertilizers in a smarter way. You need to take control of your life, and you need to take control of your land. For me, it is using a lot of technology, and this is how you will overcome these changes of the environment, that it is getting cooler, they're getting warmer, views change. EMRC was born 20 years ago, in 92, in Brussels. It aims at creating partnerships and bringing investment into Africa, and to get more people interested in what is happening on the African continent, with an emphasis on the private sector and with a big emphasis on agriculture and agro-industry and agribusiness. Why Africa? Because Africa has 60% of the arable land available on earth, because Africa has the opportunities, because Africa has the good climate, the good conditions, and this is the ideal place. And this is the place that can feed the world, not talking about feeding Africa, but really feed the world. And this is why we see more competition, this is why we see more organization or more conferences, this is why we need to be smarter, we need to be more competitive, we need to be really to discuss the issues and to be realistic and to speak of real things that happen on the continent. What do I want to invest? Where do I want to invest? What are my issues? What are my challenges? And what is my advantage value? I want to invite all those that are interested to invest in agriculture and that are interested in Africa to join the EMRC events, because we speak business, because we will allow the business community to get more business and better profits for their interest, and we will allow the smallholders, the cooperatives and the farmers to gain benefit, and we will allow the governments and the donor community to showcase what they do so well. So you're all welcome to join us.